to me, this new generation, they so concerned with the good side of the game that they never explore the downfalls of the game. See, if you're gonna tell a little young dude that it's alright to be hustling, you gotta tell him that if it's alright to be hustling, it gotta be alright to not tell on nobody and go do 10 years in the feds. This the rules. This your boy Fitzgerald JR, and this is the Sit Down. Say the hood don't love nobody. I thought that you know that the hood don't love nobody. That's why we can't grow. Back in the days in our community, we used to have sit-downs. We used to talk amongst each other about things that was misunderstood. So whether it was family or whether it was a street problem, us as young men will get together and you will sit down with a man and try to understand where he coming from and understand the stuff that he worried about before you made a move. No matter what decision you made after that, at least you gave him the respect to have a sit down and understand where this man was coming from. Because guess what? You might have people in your ear that might have something against this man that's giving you certain stuff that's false. So at the end of the day, you as a man, you went to another man and sat down with this man and tried to understand where this man was coming from. Even if at the end of the day, you made a move to ride or you made a move to let bygones be bygones, you still sat down with this man and tried to come to a certain understanding. So that's why we having this sit down, because in our community, we don't talk. We do a lot of this, but we do none of this. Say the hood don't love nobody. I thought that you know that the hood don't love nobody. That's why we can't grow. Yeah, the hood don't love nobody.
First of all, as your mom, I just want to tell you how proud of you I am. I'm proud of you because of the struggles you had as a little boy, dealing with your eye, dealing with people being kind of cruel to you as a young boy. But you persevered. You didn't let that stop you. All the things you've been through in your life, you walked in forgiveness. You asked to be forgiven. And what I want you to understand, once you ask for people's forgiveness and you ask God to forgive you, it's done. You don't have to try to go back and try to correct the wrong. Because things we do that's wrong, we are already forgiven, but we don't understand that we're forgiven. But it's just the fact that once you go back and ask to be forgiven or you ask God to forgive you, it's already done. And secondly, one of the questions that I wanted to ask you, how are you coping? Because I pray for you every night. I pray for you, Britt, and Courtney every night. But I wanted to know how, honestly, how are you coping with the death of your dad?
It's hard, you know, because like Dad was a leader in our family. You know, like me, I always been a leader, and I always had leaders around me. Whether we did the right thing or the wrong thing, I can say whatever decision I made in my life, I made it. Didn't nobody make it for me. And being a leader, sometimes it's hard because you got to make decisions, and a lot of people look to you. Like I feel like Kenny Ray always looked to me to know what to do. Whether it was a move we gonna make outside of us, a move we gonna make internally as a family. So Dad was always a leader. He was always somebody I can lean on. And Daddy, I was in love with him so much as far as the nuts he had and the morals and values he possessed, that I take every man that's a part of my life and I try to hold them up next to him. And they never amount to him. So it's like, which is unfair to another person.
Exactly.
But at the same time, I was always looking for a person that know what to do, or a person that can give you
some type of advice based on having a pure heart. Cause dad had a pure heart. I ain't never heard that nigga even talk about nobody. Unless he talked about them to their face. Yeah. That's just how real he was. So, losing that, it really hurt me later on. Like, doing dad's death, I ain't cried for 6 months. Cause I watched him suffer so much. But to be honest, like, especially to a male, it don't matter if your dad had been in your life or he wasn't nothing to you. When you lose your father, it's gonna tear you apart. I look at dad's death in a lot of different ways. I look like, to me, a man or a woman, when you reach maturity and adulthood, you're gonna grow up by choice, you're gonna grow up by force. Meaning, like, a lot of us grown, but we still kids in the mind in the decisions we make. But it's stuff that happen in your life that force you to be mature, force you to be honest. And losing Maine, Niecy, Derek, Daddy, we lost all the soldiers. I'm talking about Auntie Niecy was a real nigga, a soldier. Losing her, losing Maine, losing Derek, then Daddy, it's like we lost 4 backbones of the family behind each other. So, and the sad part about it is that we as people, we deal with the pain, but we don't see the silver lining of the pain. And the silver lining of the pain is what the next generation gonna do. Same thing me and Ben were just talking about in the car, about togetherness, making plans. It's time for the next generation. Who gonna be the next Niecy? Who gonna be the next Maine? Maine kept us together. Man, Maine kept young boys from killing each other. That's how much power he had. When Maine said, hey, this man was in a wheelchair, this man rolled out in that wheelchair. Am I lying, Ben? He rolled out in that wheelchair when what Maine said it went. It did. But what I'm saying is, our family lost. When there was conflict in our community, we had to sit down amongst us as family, amongst us as street cats. Before you made a move or had a certain presumption about an individual, you had to sit down and you pick this man's brain. No matter what decision you made after that, at least you gave him the respect to have a sit down and understand where this man was coming from. Because 9 times out of 10 in life, you might have a person in your ear that's telling you that things is this way, but it might not be that way until you sit down and talk to that person. So that's why we came with the sit down. See, that cocaine is the devil, man. So you got these suckers that really ain't done been nowhere, really ain't done seen this underworld. And they come out here and they got this love and fantasy with cocaine, and they make it sound so good to these youngsters. So cocaine, I don't think it did to parts of my life was destroy people. I almost destroyed my daddy, destroyed my uncle, my homeboys, whether it's the penitentiary or whatever. So I wanted to give another perspective on cocaine. So let's go. But Jane, this dog food, it might help you cause we casualties of cocaine.